Welcome back. Let's pack the preschool and school age winter crates for 2022 together. First up is preschool. Once our crate is ready, we're going to add our printing sheets. This season, we'll focus on shapes and colors, and these sheets are laminated so you can use them multiple times. There's a Play-Doh mat that's also laminated and can be used with the dough or your dry erase marker. We're going to learn about identifying animal prints and create our own using white paint and black construction paper. There is a canvas included for the puffy paint snowman activity. The rest of the materials for this activity will come packaged in a small bag separately, and we've labeled it so it's easy for you to pull out when you're ready to use it. The bag will include a bottle of glue, small can of shaving cream, white glitter, and your snowman accessories. And when your project is complete, it will look something like this. There's also a second version of a melted snowman in the activity guide, just in case your littles want to get a bit messier. One of the math activities included is this journal titled I Can Recognize Shapes and Their Attributes. There are 7 activities inside that introduce us to 2 and 3-dimensional shapes. This introduction will also come in handy for another activity we have planned this season. Using the fact cards that are included in the crate, we're going to learn about some of the animals that actually live in the Arctic. This season will include the Arctic fox and hare, the caribou, polar bear, and Siberian husky. Another math activity that we've included this season is the steam dough kit from Colorations. The tool packet includes a set of 8 cutters, 1 extruder, 1 sculpting tool, 1 roller, 4 roller ends, and 10 pattern cards. There's 5 patterns for making 2D shapes that will lie flat and 5 to make 3D shapes that can actually stand up. The scratch art snowmen are great to tuck away in a kitchen drawer and pull them out when you're making dinner, or toss them in your bag and use them at a restaurant when you need something to keep them busy. There's a box of baking soda included that we will use for some science fun. And then it's on to our Play-Doh. This season, we've decided to switch it up a little bit and not send traditional winter colors. Instead, you could build a snowman head with a scarf and a hat. Our paint colors this season will include white, black, and dark blue. And even though they come packaged in these great little bottles by Crayola, we like to stick them in an additional bag just for safe shipping. And speaking of safe shipping, we also double wrap our vinegar bottles just to avoid any spills. This will be used along with the baking soda that we saw earlier. We also include any cups that you'll need for projects we have planned. Here we have 3 water cups for painting, 3 medium cups for our rainbow snow, and 2 solo cups for the rainbow snow observation and the snowstorm creation. Now that we have that all packed up, it's time to move on to our materials bag. We like to take all of the smaller pieces and put them into one bag so they're nice and organized and easy to find. This bag will include 2 paintbrushes, a dry erase marker, and pencil. We also have our Alka-Seltzer tablet that we're going to use mixed with baby oil to create our snowstorm creation. We have our water bead packet that is always found in our seasonal crates, and this season we decided to mix the small water beads with some jumbo ones for some added fun. There's 2 science activities that include snow this season, and the first will be making snow in a dish for the Arctic animals and the Play-Doh accessories. As a bonus, we recommend placing this in the refrigerator about 20 minutes before play so it's nice and cool and feels like real snow. And the last thing included in the materials bag is an extra set of googly eyes, just in case. We have our dough accessories that can be used for the Play-Doh, the water beads, or the snow, and our set of Arctic animals. Now remember, the cards that we saw earlier will match each one of the animals that are included in this bag. There's some bonus art snowflake stickers, and then we have our rainbow snow. This activity actually has 2 parts, the first creating snow in the primary colors and then combining them into a solo cup for observation. We'll set it aside and watch as the colors merge to create the rainbow. We're going to use this blue paper roll along with our white and black paints to create our own polar bear. When it's ready, it will look something like this. When we were packing up this season, we realized that we picked materials that were a little bit too big for the box. So the preschool crates will come with a second crate, which is actually one of our mini crate boxes, to hold some of the additional materials. First up, we have our snowflake stem kit. We use the toothpicks and marshmallows to create our own snowflakes, a great activity for art and math, but an even better one for practicing our fine motor skills. And sticking with the same learning areas, we've included these magic noodles. They stick together using a paper towel and a bit of water and will help us build our very own igloos. The last thing in this box is going to be our 2 bottles of baby oil, which we have again packaged in a separate bag just for safe shipping. We'll use this baby oil along with the Alka-Seltzer tablet and some white paint to create our snowstorm in a cup. Now let's take a look at the books that come in the winter crate. First, we have When the Snow is Deeper Than My Boots Are Tall by Jean Reedy. The Biggest Snowman Ever by Stephen Kroll. Fox vs. Winter by Corey Taber. This book is a part of the I Can Read series, which is a great addition for those who are learning to read on their own. Polar Bears by Laura Marsh. We love this National Geographic book because it includes additional facts and real photos of polar bears. And lastly, we have Katie Hudson's A Loud Winter's Nap. Once we've packed up all the materials and our books for the season, the last piece is the activity guide. This guide is developed to help walk you through everything that we have planned. But remember, you're welcome to start anywhere you like. We also have these learning goal buttons for those who would like to use this as a curriculum resource. Each activity will have the corresponding button aligned with the standards. We have our Painting a Polar Bear and Puffy Paint Snowman, our Snowstorm Creation and our Fizzy Dough Snowballs, our Making Snow and our Rainbow Snow, our Snowflake Stem and Exploring Water Beads, Exploring Arctic Animals and Making Our Animal Tracks. We have our Math Learning Journal along with the Steam Dough Pattern Kit, our Printing Practice, Scratch Art Snowmen, and our Read With Me, Building an Igloo with Magic Noodles and Creating the Shape with our Dough Mat, and finally, our Winter Finger Plays. On the back of your guide, you'll find a reminder of when the spring crate is coming. We'll wrap this all up, add a thank you and a snowflake, and the preschool winter crates are ready to go. Now it's time to move on to school age. Once the crate is ready, we'll begin with the mixed media art and the aerial snowman. We prep all of the paper you need for projects like this together so that they're easy to find. Let's take a look at what these projects will look like once they're complete. First is the mixed media, where we'll use chalk pastels and practice our scissor skills. Then we'll use watercolor paper and some cardstock to create the aerial snowman. There's a packet of white construction paper to use along with the snowflake rubbing plate and the white crayon. And our story map for the adventures and journaling activity. We include a new one of these each season. We'll use scissors and these large coffee filters to create designs in our own snowflakes. And even though the guide has step-by-step directions on how to cut the snowflakes out, you could always use this rubbing plate as inspiration. Some of the other things we'll do with this plate include snowflake rubbings and swirl glue art. This season's animal fact cards will explore animals from the Arctic, including the orca, harp seal, beluga whale, walrus, and an igloo. To go along with the adventures and journaling, we include a journal. You'll use this along with the story map to create a story of your own. Just like in the preschool crate, we've included some scratch art, and when the designs are complete, they can hang them to display their masterpiece. We have our full-size doughs in orange, red, and white. Like the preschool crate, we decided to not go with traditional winter colors, and instead they can use these colors to build the head of a snowman and add a scarf and a hat. Instead of going with paints this season, we've included a watercolor palette from Crayola. Next is the STEM activity that includes this pasta. We wrapped it up like this for safe shipping, and the kids will use the spaghetti along with 2 different size marshmallows to create any structure they like. We always include any of the cups that you'll need. For this season, you'll have 1 small snack cup, a water cup, 3 medium cups for the water gel project, and 2 solo cups. And since we'll be focusing so much on our scissor skills, we've included a fresh pair. When it comes to math, we've included this math scramble game from Learning Resources. The kids will race to build and solve equations, all while practicing their math skills. And when they're done, all the pieces can be stored right inside of the egg. To go along with the animal fact cards, we also have our set of Arctic animals, and there's an igloo included. These are also a great addition to the water beads, water gel, the snow, or even the Play-Doh. We have a set of chalk pastels for all the art activities and 2 single packets of Model Magic that we're going to use with the rubbing plate to create our own snowflake print. The kids are going to use paracord to create their own bracelets. There's 10 foot of paracord included, so they can actually make more than one. And when they're complete, they'll look something similar to this. Now it's time to pack up our materials bag. Any of the loose pieces we like to put into one bag so it's easy for you to find. In this bag, we'll have a full-size bottle of glue that will be used for a couple different projects, a snowman pencil and dry erase marker along with a white crayon. There's a bag of glitter that can be used with the snowflake plate and the glue for the swirl glue art project that we have planned. And just like the preschool crate, the water beads in the school age box will be a mixture of regular size and jumbo water beads. And the last thing we'll tuck away in this bag is our making snow packet. Once we mix this packet with water, it will look something similar to this. And here's a bonus tip. Once it's made, put it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes before play so it gets nice and cold and feels like real snow. We have some bonus art stickers and our water gel kit. This kit is actually a part of 4 separate activities. Once the gel is made in the primary colors, we'll actually move it into a solo cup and set it aside for observation. Over the next day or so, we'll start to see the colors merge to create the rainbow. We're going to do some more stuff with Model Magic, and we've included this little tool to help us build our own Arctic animals. We have our dough accessories that can be used with the water gel, water beads, the Play-Doh, or even the snow. Moving into some art, we'll use this black paper and chalk pastels to create our own hot cocoa mug. When the project's ready, it will look something similar to this. Next, we'll move into a similar project where we will create the Northern Lights. This project has 2 different variations, one with a forest and one with snow-covered mountains. Now that the materials are all packed and ready to go, let's take a look at the books that are included in the crate this season. First is Adam Wallace's How to Catch a Snowman. This book will come packaged inside of the crate, but like preschool, we started to run out of room, so our chapter books will be packaged outside of the box. Next, we have Ellen Miles' Spirit, which is a part of the Puppy Place series. Where is Antarctica by Sarah Fabini? This chapter book also has a map included in the back that we can pull out. Miracles on Maple Hill by Virginia Sorensen includes 256 pages and is at a grade level of 3rd to 7th grade. Lastly, we have Sherry Shannon's Ice Island with 176 pages and is at a reading level of 4th to 7th grade. Now the last thing to add to our crate is our winter activity guide. Like we saw in preschool, we've created this guide to help walk you through all of the activities that we have planned. And we've included learning goal buttons here as well for those of you who are using this as a curriculum resource. Now let's walk through the activities again. We have our STEM project and math scramble game along with the scratch art snowflakes, our water gel science that has 4 different activities included, the making snow, and our snipping snowflakes with a step-by-step guide. This season, we've included step-by-step picture guides to help walk through some of the projects. This edition should make the process a little easier for the kids who are working through the crate on their own. Here we have the two variations of the Northern Lights, along with the hot cocoa mug and the aerial snowman. Then it's on to exploring Arctic animals, creating the 3D Arctic animal and the snowflake rubbing plate, our glitter glue snowflakes and mixed media winter scene, and then a full instructional guide on how to complete the paracord bracelets. We have the water beads, Play-Doh, and adventures in journaling. And on the back of the guide, it will remind you when the spring crate is coming. We'll wrap this up and add a thank you and a snowflake, and the school age crate is ready to go. And that's everything that comes in the preschool and the school age 2022 winter crates. See you next season.